Lauren. In this video, we'll be taking a look at a scenario where civilization starts over. We're on episode 28 now, and in the last video, we saw many things happen, such as the Great Mediterranean War continuing. And in this video, we'll be seeing it finally end, and we'll be seeing many other major events occur, so make sure to stay to the end. But now, let's take a look at the Great Mediterranean War. So if we look here, it's pretty, it's very much square team victory over here. Square team victory all over Iberia and even not, or not here, but yeah. So we see that the major nations of these two alliances, the Gear Alliance and the Square Alliance, will meet up in a neutral area, that being in the capital city of the Banana Union, or it's not Banana Union anymore, but in the Banana Country, and we see them discuss about a peace treaty. So let's take a look at that peace treaty. So this will be the official peace treaty of the Second Great Mediterranean War. So yeah, let's get over it. So starting up here in Iberia, we'll be seeing Tunisia, they'll be expanding like that. Their puppet state, the Blue Spanish, will be taking this. The Portuguese will be taking all of this country and all of that, taking parts from France. While the Naples or Italians still be taking this island away from the Tunisians. Looking over here, we'll be seeing the Egyptians. They'll be expanding very much, taking away like half of this country and making them very weak, and taking away this part of Tunisia. And looking up here, we'll be seeing that the English nation, they'll be taking all of Brittany. Over here, we'll be seeing Poland take all of this nation, and yeah. Ukraine, they'll be taking all of this land, growing very much in size and like tripling in size. And Russia, oh god, they'll be taking all of this land and all of this nation. And they'll be officially declaring the Russian Empire as it has returned. But that's not all, as they'll be also unifying with their puppet state in Poland and becoming very large, as the Russian Empire is now officially back. And this will be the peace treaty, as you see here. It's that's it. Not it's only in Europe things have changed, but yeah, let's take a look at some other things. We'll be looking over here at the Italian peninsula, where we see something happen with the Italians. We'll be seeing a revolution start, as we see a bunch of parts of the Italian nation break away, mostly up here in the north, but we'll also see some down here in the south, and we'll even see Malta break away. And the Italians doesn't know really how to react. We've seen even the Roman area break away. These two islands will break away, and yeah. So now the Roman Civil War will start, or the Second Roman Civil War. As we see, these revolutionaries still be expanding very much, taking over all of the southern part right here, and even capturing the capital city of Naples. Up here in the north, we see almost full success as they expand all over the French border and down like that, taking over all of this. And we see the revolution end very quick. And in this peace treaty of the Second Roman Civil War, we see it looks something like this. And yeah, the Italian peninsula is divided once more after years of Naples' conquest over and over again. But now let's take a look at the ideology layer. We see this being the ideology layer, and we see one new ideology being presented here. And if we take a look here, it's fascist. Yep, that's right. Fascism has just risen up in Naples, out of all places on this world. And yeah, this, who knows what will happen. Maybe it will end up like the communists did, start up as a revolution down here, but then spread and became worldwide, as we see it being heavily used. Yeah, it's everywhere. You could see in at least one country in each continent. And yeah, so they are the first fascist nation in the world, and not many nations know how to react to this, but we'll see how that ends up going. But now, taking a look away from the ideology layer, we need to look very, very east over at Japan, where we see them doing something new. We see them from this island, they'll be sending something up into the air, and this thing is a rocket. This rocket will exit the planet through the atmosphere and start to orbit around Earth, and this is the world's first satellite. This happened on December the 10th, 1785, and this will mark a new chapter in human history as we now see mankind evolve and start to explore space, kinda. But now looking back at Tunisia over here in the Mediterranean Sea, or yeah, but looking back at Tunisia here, we'll be seeing something very big happen to them. So they were kinda, they had a victory and defeat in the Great Mediterranean War, as they both lost and gained some land. But the people are not happy, as if we take a look at an layer here, boom, we see that yeah, during this war, two of Tunisia's nuclear bombs were set off, and that was half of their arsenal of nuclear bombs. So they only have two nuclear bombs left. Two of them were ignited in their own land, and that will cause people to not like the government and what they're doing. As we see with the war support and the stability of Tunisia, it will decline very much. See, the war support were very high up. Then, now that the Great Mediterranean War started, yeah, it declined a little bit, but then rose up again as Russia joined and all of that. Then, as the nuclear bombs happened, it went down very much. And then, as Egypt invaded and they started to lose more land, it went like that. And then Tunisia signed for peace. So that's their war support during the war. Their stability was always like this, it was high. Then, as the war started, it took a hit, sank like that, but then stabilized and started to rise again. Then the nuclear bombs and Egypt and all of that, and it started to decline. Russia joined, it started to rise up again as they started to win. Then, yeah, it fell like that, and yeah. So, this nation is not very good looking if we take a look at its internal state. And we'll be seeing them have to release some parts of their nation. With that, I mean basically all of their nation, as if they don't do this, they'll basically fall into civil war, much like the Nepal nation. But their leader, he knows that they'll fall into civil war and revolution if they don't let go of these areas. But he won't, as he thinks that maybe if he waits, the people will calm down and accept him again and like him, and the war support and stability will rise. But thing is, it never happens. So we'll be seeing the Tunisian civil war begin as big parts just break away here. As you see, that all of this Iberian area breaks away, and yeah, just big parts of their nation break away, and yeah, there isn't much they can do. But the Tunisians will fight it and push back over here and try to fight it, but no matter what they do, it just pops up again. This time they actually managed to take the capital, but if you remember in the last video, we saw the leader, he fled down here and hid, and that isn't good too, as the rebellions, they capture the leader and publicly execute him, leading to the Tunisians surrendering completely. And now let's take a look at a civil war where one of the third strongest nation in the world, or maybe even the strongest nation in the world, falls over to themselves. And this will be the result of the Tunisian civil war here, as we see bunch of old nations come back, such as Morocco here and this nation. Even Libya comes back in a very smaller state. And yeah, so over here in Iberia, we see the Blue Iberians, they become independent once more, but they aren't looking so stable internally either. And yeah, so the strongest nation in Europe just fell, and the power vacuum is formed very fast as a bunch of nations try to find a way to stabilize themselves. And yeah, so basically a European depression start as the European market crashes. Not the whole world market crashes, so it's not a fully global depression like that, but it's only like in Europe, as Tunisia was the main exporter and importer and all of that. So we'll see a big depression start as a bunch of nations become unstable from this. But looking away from Europe, we'll be looking over here at Persia. Now, if you take a look at a religion layer, and yes, if you haven't noticed, I redid the religion layer, so now it's very, I think it's better now. So that's, yeah, boom. Yep, I did this on my free time. So we'll be seeing them so we'll be seeing Persia, they'll be doing some bad stuff here as they're Persia, why wouldn't they? So we'll be seeing them start to remove these religion or other religions. They have this like thing, they think that their religion is the greatest religion and all of that. So they are destroying this religion from their borders, and they have done very good over here in the south, as you can see, but it's up here in the north where we see them having a little bit of problems with this this religion. It's very hard to remove as it rises back up very easily, so you have to be fast and very strong when you do this. You can't let any two big pockets be left, and we end up with this. And if I do this and bring it here, we can see that it's almost covering their whole nation now, and that's very bad. But that doesn't matter as we see them invade another nation now, and that nation will be this brown Iran nation. So we'll be seeing them full send their forces into this nation, very quickly capturing their capital city. But this nation won't surrender that fast, as they think they still have a chance, but they don't. And it only takes a few months until they surrender fully, and in the peace treaty they are fully annexed, like that. And Iran is starting to rise up again. But now let's take a look at another thing, or another nation, Ukraine here. Their people are filled with nationalist and very high pride, as they think that they have done the impossible. They have become very big, grown like triple their size and all of that. They have even started boarding Russians again and got good relations with them. They defeated the Caucasians, they defeated the Turkish, and they're on the rise. They can become a regional power if they really try, if they want. And so that's good for them. So we'll be seeing them moving their capital back into Crimea now. So we'll be seeing them do like that and put it right there. I think that's the original spot. If not, I'll change it later. But yeah, that will be all for this video. It will be much shorter, but I have to record some other videos. And yes, in this video, as I'm recording this, I'm planning to come back to YouTube, start trying to get that mindset again to record videos and edit them when I can. So yeah, expect to see a bunch of new videos. But anyways, that will be all. Goodbye.